Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about how to prepare for exams, since I do have my exams very soon, like in 2 or 3 weeks from now, and I really need to prepare. So I thought this will be beneficial to you and also beneficial to me as well. So let's get started. Okay, so I feel like one of the first things that people tell you to do or recommend you to do when preparing for exams is to create a revision schedule. Um, I think revision schedules are a good idea and they are good. But the kind of problem I've had with revision schedules, probably because I haven't been making them that effectively or anything like that, is generally because, and I feel like people that I've talked to have kind of said the same thing, is that after 2 or 3 days or even a week or two of following it, after that week, they kind of just forget about it and don't follow it after that. And it's not really intentionally that they purposely choose not to follow it. It's just due to the fact that you do it for maybe a week and then you kind of forget about it and you don't follow it then. And what I realized in the past is that I spent so much time making the revision schedule, making it look pretty, adding color, everything like that. And I actually using it and following the revision schedule, which is not that good. So I know that since then I haven't even been making revision schedules, because I knew from my past experience with revision schedules it was not working for me. But now I feel like but now when I I now know how to use a revision schedule quite effectively. So I'm just gonna share it a little bit with you guys. So with making revision schedules, you shouldn't just, or I feel like making revision schedules in general is not that quick. It's not very quick. It shouldn't take you 10 minutes. It should take you around, personally, I would say kind of an hour or so to make, because you have to think about yourself. You have to think about yourself in a sort of way. Okay, what time, what hours in a day, what time am I very good at revising, very good at studying? Is there a time where I'm very motivated to revise and study, that I find it so much easier to revise and study? So for the example, for me, I prefer studying. I find it easier and better for me to study in the morning and sometimes in the afternoon. So from around, let's say, 10:30 to around 1 o'clock, to around 1, 2 o'clock. So when I do make my revision schedules, I make sure that during those sort of periods of time, I am studying, I am revising, everything like that. I do not study well or revise well during when it's past 8 or 9 o'clock, because during those time I just feel really sleepy and I don't really feel that motivation, and I also don't feel that focus during those hours of the day. So I think it's very important for you guys to, when you are making your revision schedule, is to kind of think about yourself, think about the sort of the times of day that you feel like you revise better. And also you have to take into account any other stuff that you do. So whether you do athletics or sports, or whether you do tennis, or if you do badminton or anything. And also you have to take in consideration eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, all those sort of things, and your breaks as well. Is there on Fridays you normally go out with your friends to, I don't know, to your local shopping mall or to the park? I don't know. Do you go to the cinemas every weekend on a Sunday or Saturday? You have to take into account yourself, and you have to take into account what you do on a normal day, and try and implement your study, and try and make the time that you study work best for you. So that's why I'm telling you that if you are making a revision schedule, you have to take your time when making it. I'm not saying when I say take your time, take a week to make your schedule. No, it may take like an hour or two to make an effective study sort of schedule, but you know, after making it, you'll find it so much easier for you to actually follow it because you have took it into consideration of what you do at home, what you do. So I feel like that's very important. Another thing I also encourage you guys to do is to do past exam style questions, past paper questions, and when you are doing them, don't have your notes or anything beside you. Print out some exam style questions, or use your tablet, laptop to get the list of exam style questions and just do it. Don't have any like revision sort of thing next to you or anything. Try and take it as if you would do a normal exam. Doesn't necessarily have to be in time conditions, but just do it without any notes beside you or anything, because it really, I feel like, encourages you to do like active recall, and active recall is very important and it's very good and very effective. So it allows you to kind of like write down everything that you remember, not really write down, but recall things that you remember that you've learned and studied at school or you've studied yourself. And anything that you don't know, you know the areas or topics that you in biology that you don't know, for example, just by doing past paper questions. You may find out that you don't really understand like mitosis that well or cell division that well just by doing past paper questions or even topic exam or exam style questions in general. And also linking on to exam style questions, I think is also very useful to do the blurted method. So if you don't know what the blurted method is, it's kind of like exam style questions, but instead of answering questions, you basically get a piece of paper or a lined paper and you write down everything that you know from that topic or that area of topic or subtopic that you are learning at the moment. So I know for me, if I were doing I do chemistry. So what in chemistry is the kinetics? So everything with kinetics. Is it kinetics? No, let's say equilibria. So I would write down everything that I know about equilibria. Everything that I know about equilibria in terms of pressure, concentration, catalyst, everything that I know on a piece of paper, everything that revolves around that topic. And then once I've written down everything that I think I know, anything that I know, then I would go back to my notes and just kind of compare and see whether there are anything that I missed out, anything that I did remember. And through that, I'll be able to see, okay, what areas in equilibria do I not understand? What areas do I understand? What areas am I confident in? Or am I not confident in? So using the blurted method is also important, and very effective to use, because it makes sure that you know which areas you need to focus on, which areas you are good at, which areas you are confident in, and which areas you need to just do a little bit more studying in. For making notes, and yeah, this goes into how to prepare for exams. Yeah, making notes, right? So when you are making notes in general, I would strongly encourage you not to write like notes where like there's like big chunks of words on the page, like an essay sort of format. No, not really. What I'd encourage you to do is to kind of maybe do little paragraphs, little like 1 sentence, 2 sentence paragraphs. Add some little bit of colour into it, sprinkle of colour, not too excessive. Just write, not too little, but not too excessive. Just write for you. And also, I would also encourage you to also do like flow charts if you can. So for an example with biology, if I'm making notes on phagocytosis, and on phagocytes, then I will do kind of a flow chart of phagocytosis and like the processes that occur in phagocytosis when a phagocyte engulfs a pathogen and those sort of stuff. So if you can, use diagrams to explain. Use diagrams, like picturey stuff to help you explain stuff instead of just writing words. I feel like having words, like written notes, written words, and also drawing, like them balancing out each other, is, I feel like, is much more effective than just you just writing notes, writing everything, writing just words on the page. Just writing words and everything. I feel like it's good to have a balance between, yes, you writing paragraphs, words, those sort of stuff, and drawing some diagrams and everything like that, because I feel like having a balance is going to make your studying more effective. When preparing for exams, I believe it's very important to have a good environment when preparing, when studying and preparing for exams. So you should pick a place where it's quite quiet, or if you don't really like working in silence, where sort of like there's background noise. So like, for an example, like a cafe or library, but due to COVID times it may be hard to go to those sort of areas, but I think it's kind of like loosening a little bit, so yeah. But if you cannot go to a cafe or go to the library, then another thing that I also suggest you to do is, like, if you like listening to music and you are on Spotify, like, play some sort of calming, relaxing, classical sort of music that can be a background music if you don't like working in silence, or you find it harder to work in silence. And obvious things like, make sure that your phone is not inside, like you can't see your phone. Make sure it's away, another room, maybe even locked up somewhere if you can't trust yourself too much. Anything that you would see as a distraction, try and get rid of it, or like try and make it harder for you to use those distractions. Also, I also believe that what you wear can also, like, what you wear when you study can also have a little bit of an effect on how well you study, if that makes sense. So for an example, like, if I wanted to study very, very effectively and I wanted to be in a serious mode, then I would change from what I'm wearing. I would wear something that I feel that feels like, that gives me the feeling that, like, I'm serious. I want to study. Like, I want to study. Anywho, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it useful. Make sure to like and subscribe if you like this video, and I will see you next week. So bye guys.